All right, I'm going to bring a special meeting of council to order. There's an agenda sitting in front of you. Can we please have a motion to adopt agenda as presented? Okay, Deputy Mayor Woodford, seconded by Councillor King. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Hey, just before we get into the special meeting, I want to say thank you to those in the gallery here in the chambers and those watching online who came on for our special meeting. It will not be a very long one, but that's okay. It's a very important one. And just before I turn it over to Infrastructure and Public Works, we have a proclamation for Municipal Awareness Week, May 10th to the 16th, 2026. Whereas municipal government is responsible for the provision of services that enhance the quality of life of its citizens, and whereas dedicated mayors, councillors, and staff are essential for the effective governance of their municipalities, and whereas collaboration, partnerships, and citizen involvement are essential for active, sustainable, and vibrant communities, and whereas it is fitting and proper to recognize and encourage the contribution of all who work diligently for the improvement of our municipalities. Therefore, be it proclaimed that May 10th to 16th, 2026 will be known as Municipal Awareness Week in municipalities of Newfoundland and Labrador in recognition of the vital role of municipal government and in recognition of all those efforts that support it. I hereby declare May 10th, 16th, 2026 Municipal Awareness Week in the city or town of Holyrood. And it is signed. Here we go. All right, so now I'm going to hand it over to the Chair of Infrastructure and Public Works, Councillor Windsor, to pass our motion.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. This will be a record-setting meeting to complete early, and that's important because there's a big game tonight.
Get out of it.
Right.
It's not until 8:30. Get lots of time.
There's a it's code of conduct. Okay, so thank you. The reason we're here tonight for special meetings, we have a motion for reallocation of government project funding. At our last public council meeting, we talked about this in our update, and essentially, new governments come in and new programs become available, and everyone has to respond to that and play by the rules and the parameters that they set forth. And we need to be nimble and make sure that we allocate the monies appropriately, so you use it or lose it type of scenario. And we're very fortunate that we have a good staff here. The CAO is on top of these things. They have a very positive relationship with the right government interfaces to ensure that Town of Holyrood gets the maximum benefit possible for the projects. It's the Multi-Year Capital Works Program, MYCW. You've heard us talk about that before, and you've probably heard about it in the news too. And the provincial government has reorganized municipal funding programs. In doing so, they've asked for all that program money budgeted for 2023 to 2026 multi-year capital works to be spent by the end of the year. Our town had a budget of $908,060 allocated and assigned to the proposed new community center. Now, as we know, we're not in a position yet to be shovel ready for that project. We've just recently done the public consultation, and that's really at a design concept, front-end engineering design level, before we incorporate the feedback of the residents into a detailed design package. And then you're into completing that design, releasing the tender, reviewing the tender awards, and so on. So there's no way that we're anywhere near being shovel ready for this project to spend this money, this $908,000 this year. Doing so would probably lead to bigger issues like cost overruns and missing the mark on constructing what we really need here as the Town of Holyrood. So the right thing to do, and the recommendation that we received from staff, was to reprioritize that money toward projects that are near and dear to us and very important, like the water and the sewer treatment and so on, right? That's very near term, and we're in a position where design is mature enough that we can really make good use of that money. So very positive discussions with the government. And the projects, the two projects in particular that we're targeting, that we can start and finish this year, 2026, is the clean out of the oxidation ditch down there, the holding tank and the clarifier, the sewer plant, and some recreational upgrades to the bathrooms at Holy Cross Park and festival grounds, and completion of the walking trail at the softball field. So that is what we put forward to government, and government approved the reallocation. So this doesn't mean that we're delaying the community centre in any way. We are we're still progressing that. We are preparing new applications for a larger funding opportunity that will access and do all the correct planning and engineering design so that when the time comes, that project can also be successful. So that's the reason that we called the meeting a special meeting, because the motion needs to be formally done for this reallocation. So that's sort of a summary of why we're all here tonight. And I'll just read the motion, and if we can do a go around, the mayor can call for discussion or comments. Be it resolved, the Town of Holyrood accept a multi-year capital works cost-shared funding as outlined in the Department of Transportation Infrastructure Program Approval Letter dated the 1st of May 2026 with a maximum funding value of $908,060. Council agrees to provide its shared cost to the appropriate project scope and identified in Schedule A of the funding agreement. We understand and accept the timeline associated with the reallocation and will ensure the funding is used by end of year, December 31st, 2026. By accepting the funding, we authorize the Mayor and CAO to enter into a funding agreement with the Department of Transportation Infrastructure on behalf of the Town of Holyrood. So moved.
Moved by Councillor Windsor, seconded by Deputy Mayor. Everybody? I'll pick the closest to my left here, Deputy Mayor Woodford. Any further discussion? No, I know Councillor Windsor did an excellent job at explaining, and of course we actually went through this in our previous council meeting as well, like you said. All the information is out there. There's been some kind of misrepresentation, I think, in the media about the shifting of the funds and things like that. I think everyone needs to make sure they get all their information and collect it all from the proper channels, so there won't be any misunderstandings out there. But we are not losing the money. We were put onto a different program based on the structure of our town and the amount of people, the population. Okay. Anyone else? No? Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Motion carried. That concludes our meeting. So the date of next meeting is June 2nd, 2026 at 6 p.m. Can I have a motion to adjourn? Okay. Councillor King, seconded by Councillor Story. All those in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned. That precludes our public